That was your contestants for the very first SFMS Physique Walk. Give them a round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I'd like to invite a very important person to give us his opening address. A very important man who needs no further introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of Fitness Movement Singapore, Mr. Kevin Chiak.
Right, check 1, 2. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for coming down to our very first Physique War 2015. Well, you can see that we have basically improved the field. You have almost 100 competitors, over 16 categories. And of course, you know, this started out last year when I had a little dream that, we want to see something different on stage besides bodybuilding. I'm very sure a lot of you are very familiar with bodybuilding. However, this is something new that's been introduced around the world, in fact. So I thought, it's about time for we to start this so-called trend as well. Well, anyway, it is not a pageant like we always like to stress. It is a sport. As you can see from all the competitors on stage earlier on, how much effort they have put in, all the apps that they are showing you, all the packs that they're showing you, all right? The tanning, the dieting, and of course, the training. Well, times have changed. I remember when I was young, I never looked like this before. There was never a competition like this for the younger people to showcase their physique capabilities. A lot of people are now going to the gyms, working out with weight-resistant exercises and becoming very influential in Singapore. But there was never a real platform for them to come on board to compete in a physique, more of a fitness model kind of a physique. And we thought it's about time for us to do that. Last year we introduced the Singapore Fitness Model Search Nationals 2014. And of course, we have our champ sitting there, Ben Chiak, right? Chiak, Ben, say hello to everybody. So if you've never seen him before, this is not actually his best shape, right, Ben? Right? Well, all of us actually go onto an off-season kind of a mode. We cannot be on-season all the time, so to speak. There's always the best of your physique. And of course, that's usually showcased during the competition. So we thought, since we have introduced that and it was quite a success, and what about the younger people? I mean, when we step forth into this and organizing competitions, we want to make sure that more young people come on board and they become the next wave of champions, the next wave of people that could inspire other people to pick up exercising for a start, to look fit. Well, I would suppose that if you could look like this, more or less, you are actually fit and healthy. Well, we have achieved that. We started this year. We've got an overwhelming response. My apologies on behalf of my committee that we got a smaller hall or auditorium for this, because we didn't know that it's going to be so overwhelming, all right? Thank you very much for making this, at least the front show, for making this a success. But what about a big round of applause for yourself, because this ultimately is a sellout show. And of course, I'd like to thank, later on, all my sponsors, all right, all our sponsors, one at a time with the ceremony. During the ceremony, we will introduce them again, all right, but otherwise, the judges, thank you very much for coming down today. I'm sure Farhan will introduce you one at a time, but I know this is going to be a task for you. I've been judging before, and it's really very difficult. You're going to go at a very fast pace, so they have to be very sharp, concise, and decisive as to who they're going to pick up to be the champion up to the 5th position. So we're going to have a lot of top 5s today, right? And of course, there'll be champions. But all of this is just a warm-up towards our nationals. So we're gonna have a Singapore Nationals weekend on the August 22nd and 23rd. So on the 22nd is a Singapore Fitness Model Search Nationals. We're gonna crown the national champions again. Somebody to take over Ben, perhaps, unless he's coming back to defend his title. But otherwise, also on the 23rd, we're gonna have our Mr. Singapore Bodybuilding Championship. We're gonna crown our new Mr. Singapore, unless he's defending. Brendan Young is not here today, unfortunately. He's got to be away with his family. But of course, I'd like to give a warm welcome to 2012 Mr. Singapore, Mr. Saifu Hart. I hope he's still in the crowd somewhere. He's backstage? Okay, anyway, thank you for gracing the event. If I miss any of our Mr. Singapore, I'm so sorry, right? Because I can't see with all the lights shining right into my eyes. But last and foremost, last but not least, so to speak, I'd like to thank one and all, the competitors, everybody here, for making our dreams come true. Thank you very much.